Alright people, welcome to a logging video here with me, where we will be splitting some wood. The woods I mainly split is birch, that's been growing quite slowly, and the birch I'm chopping are pretty old. The birch I will be splitting are quite old, slow growing trees. The biggest rounds of logs are approximately around between 20 and 22 inches in diameter across. So they are fairly big, considering that the age of the wood are like between 60 and 70 years of age. My interest for wood and wood splitting, logging and all that kind of things came, I think, with my childhood. You know, I've been growing up in the northern parts of Norway, where we have like winter and snow from October to May. So having wood and working with the wood splitting and keeping firewood for our houses have been, you know, elementary to survival, basically. So I think that's why the theme logging is somewhat important to me. You know, I've been going with my dad and grandpa and my uncles into the woods in the springtime, cutting down trees. In the autumn, in like September, October, we go and get the wood home and start splitting them and stacking them up in bags and in our log house for the winter. So that's, you know, it's a passion. For me, it's a passion in a way. When it comes to splitting wood, for me, splitting with an axe is the right way to do it, in my opinion. I think it's something about that charm and rustic feeling about it, you know, that you work hard for your wood. You split it with your own hand power, and you use your body for it. It's, for me, it's like a, you know, a charm to it. It's hard to explain in simple words, but it gives a nice feeling to the body and to the mind. The axe I'm using is a Fiskars splitting axe, Fiskars X25. There are a few models that are a bit bigger, with a longer handle and stuff like that, and you also have a maul. For my rounds of wood, the X25 is big enough. If I would go for logs that are like 30 inches or more, I would probably recommend the bigger one, just because you get a bit more momentum from the longer handle. But the X25 has actually been, you know, perfect for me. It's been over a year since I bought this axe, and I've been really happy with it. It works great for my use. I've had a few bigger logs that has been, you know, a bit harder to split, in a way that you have to swing your axe a bit more, but the weight to length ratio is fairly good in my opinion. I've been really impressed by the axe. I know some people frown their brow just because of the glass fiber handle, that it's not a wooden handle, that it vibrates too much and you kind of feel it in your hands. I personally don't feel that. The only times I've actually felt something, and those times I have felt it hard. It's when you try to hit a log, but you kind of miss the log with your axe, but you hit the log with your handle, and that kind of gives a hit to your hands that you kind of feel going up your hands. So that's not a good feeling. But I've only did that like once or twice when I've been, you know, a bit tired from splitting logs for an hour or two and get a bit unfocused. Those are the times that has happened. But other than that, I love the axe. And you know, it comes with a lifetime warranty as well, and it's cheap, so if you break the handle you get a new axe, so it's just a win-win situation for me. Also, when it comes to wood videos on YouTube, I follow quite a lot of different woodmen on YouTube. I would like to give a nice shout out to Bucking Billy Ray, at least him. His videos are amazing. I mean, I have gotten so many tips and tricks and advices from his videos, all when it comes to splitting logs with axes, or if it is about chainsaws, porting chainsaws, sharpening the chains, what works, what does not work for him, and also that has actually also been a way of me evolving and adapting myself. Things that work for him might not actually work for me, but when you get the experiences of other people, when they tell what works for them and what not, you make kind of your own statement about it, and you think about it and you try it. If it works, it's great. If not, you try something else. But Bucking Billy Ray, you are awesome. Those sacks we see there, those are what I've been splitting with the axe as well. Packed them into those 60 liters bag. No, those are actually 80 liters. So yeah, that's kind of like some spare time doing from my part. I've felt down a lot of furs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. These 3 are also going to be felt down this summer. So here's my axe. This is one of those stumps. I'm actually thinking about cutting away approximately 3 inches of this to get it a little bit shorter. It's a bit high for me when I'm standing right now to chop. I don't get like the full power of the swing. So that's something I've been considering to do. When it comes to the birch I was talking about, which I'm actually currently working on, I got some logs here inside this mini trailer here. I got a site approximately 20 minutes from where I live, where I got a forest. I have been felling down trees. Yesterday when I was getting these logs, my intention was to actually fill up the trailer completely full, but there were so many bugs and insects and so hot. It was like, I don't know, 26, 27 Celsius in the wood and no wind at all. So I just filled it up like half full, and I was like totally soaked in sweat, and the insects were bugging me. So I found out it was better to call it a day a bit sooner. It's nice quality wood. I think maybe I will try to check the age on this tree. All the wood you see here in this trailer comes from one birch. It's quite big and large. If I was going to transport the whole birch in one way, the whole tree would not fit inside this trailer. That's how big of a volume the tree has. So I'm just going to grab one of the biggest logs out so you can just see, the sheer size of it. So here you are. Let's switch it out this way. Maybe you can see better. Ugh. That's the log. So it's quite massive and dense. This is an old tree. By the way, I see the rings around here. This is old. The rings are quite dense. I don't know if you can see this at all, but I will try to read them off, and we will see how old this is. So yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna use some time to get the wood out of the trailer, so there's nothing else than to get to it. go. Trailer is emptied. Doesn't look like much, but we got quite some logs. I probably got like 2/3 more to get out of the wood from this one tree. So hopefully the weather tomorrow will be as nice as it is today. You know, a bit more wind and not so deadly warm. You know, I might actually start splitting some wood today as well, you know, later on. If it doesn't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I just did something here with the axe. These bigger logs tend to stand on the chopping stump a bit better, so you can actually, you know, split up into smaller pieces without bending down, getting up a new log, putting it up, split it, bend down, get the new log up and stuff like that. So the thing we will do is just turn this thing around and start again. Not right in the middle here. I don't know if we can split it. I'll try to turn it around like this and go into the center. Let's see if it will split. Ah, that's harsh. See that? That's tough. I don't know. Let's try from the other side. Got a small piece of it. Let's try the other way around. Well, better. There we go. But you see what I mean about the knots? They're so hard and they tend to bend all over and get the fibers all crooked. So those are hard to get through. I could keep on going and chopping on this for ages and ages and ages. I think I hit this one 1, 2, 3, 4 times over here. I mean, it split up into the wood, but it did not split the log itself. So that's a problem with those. A big knot as well on this one. Let's try on the other side. Turn it 90 degrees and it's split. Let's try here. That will do. Huh. How about this one? Oh, how will we proceed? I think I might need to get this limb off first. Let's see how that goes. Not a chance at all. How about in the middle here? That is felt into the handle. This will split. There we go. Now this fella, we need to start chopping off from the sides. Maybe try to get the center wood out, if it will work. There we go. I can try one more time, see if it goes. No. That was a dead shot. The axe just bounces right back at me. Oh boy. Only way to split these is with a log splitter. I mean a hydraulic splitter. I've hit it 3 times here and the axe just bounced right back at me. No splitting action going on here. I'd rather just burn that myself rather than to put this into bags and sell it. This will get too big for commercial use. Hear that crack? Oh, that's heavy. There we go. Come on. There we go. Wow, that's a knot. That might be a problem. This piece comes pretty nice off, actually. Turn it around. I think yeah, there is a small knot right in here. There, we got it. So here's a perfect example. Here you can see what I mean with the knots forming these crooked fibers in the wood, and that's what's holding the wood together so hard. But this piece, look at that knot. Wow, that took an effort. Well, I think you can see this wood is fairly dry. The wood has been levitating up in the air for about 1 year right now. In my opinion, those type of logs that has been drying up a bit are harder to split, because I got a theory that when the moisture goes out of the wood kind of, you know, contracts and get more tighter, so it's harder for the axe to penetrate the wood. There we go. Wow. Look at this. One thing that I hear a lot by people who split wood, a lot of people say that you need an axe which is dull on the end. That way the axe don't get stuck and stuff like that in the wood, and it will bounce off. Generally speaking, I have found out that a sharp axe is way better to have. For example, an axe that sticks in the wood is most likely an axe which is not built for splitting. Axes that actually get stuck in wood are actually made for more or less for chopping and not splitting wood. The profile of the axe is more important. This one goes straight out to the sides. It's quite sharp. I mean, it's got some nicks and stuff like that from usage. Of course, I haven't sharpened this axe in ever and ever since I bought it over a year ago, but it's still quite sharp. Not razor sharp, but sharp. So for example, it will stick into the wood fairly easy, and it's not getting stuck. See, it gets off quite easy. So yeah, I think I am actually done splitting for now. I'm just you know, thinking about a few logs here. This one and that one. Those two, these two big ones might be a bit troublesome to split. But yeah, I need to relax a bit before I'm going out into the woods and getting some more logs for me. At least I've given you a small introduction on how I'm splitting and which axe I'm using. But generally speaking, these are really nice quality wood, quality birch, which we have in that forest.